The way you condition yourself to grow as a trader, when it gets to that first threshold, you close the trade. Wait a minute. Your target's somewhere beyond that. You just told me to get out where the first partial was. Yeah. If you have not found consistency yet, that's what I teach my students to do. And then you do that each time using lower time frame charts, because you're going to get lots of setups. That way you can do it a lot over the course of 1 month. If you're trying to do those types of trades with a 4-hour chart, it's going to take a long fucking time. And I ain't got that kind of patience. You might think I have the patience of a saint, but I don't. You don't either when you start messing around with it. So you graduate. And when you get to the point where you can hold on to that first idea with one contract to the first partial, and then you can get 2 contracts or 2 lots as a Forex trader, then you take one off at your first partial, and then you reach for the next partial. Then you close it there too. And still not get to your target. What is it teaching you? You don't have to be right. What is it teaching you? To pay yourself. What is it teaching you? Hold it for 2 stages of liquidity. Now when you can trade the 3 contracts, you take one off at one partial, second off at the second partial, and you roll your stop to a point at which you're comfortable if you get stopped out. What is that? It might be break even. Others, it might be $200. It might be some specific dollar amount. Whatever that is, whatever that minimum expectation that if you get knocked out of the trade, you don't care. It's not going to hurt your feelings. You're not going to beat yourself up about it. But can you understand how many people listen to me all around the world? There's lots of you. You're all coming from different walks of life, different income, different careers. Some of you had very stressful lives. Some of you just got out of fucking prison. You think about it. There's different walks of life all around in this community. And I don't have a specific recipe for telling you how much to take off in partials. But in the beginning, it's start with 1. When you get to your first target of where a partial would be, you get out. And you keep doing that. And it feels good. Because then you get to see, does it really go to my target? And then when you journal that, it gives you experience. So now apply that to doing these big runners. That's all you're doing. But see, what you're trying to do is you're skipping over a lot of necessary, conditioning. And Patrick, you train with weights. Can you go out there and bench press 500 fucking pounds right now? I bet you $10,000 you can't do it. And that's not to demean you. It's just, that's the equivalent of when I watch you, I'm seeing you grow. Like I'm literally seeing you transform from what you were a couple years ago. And I didn't watch you then, but I can see the videos and stuff you did back then. You're totally different now. And I asked you to do a video and talk about what it is that you have done to change. And this is what my observation is. And I don't mean anything to be ignorant. I'm just sharing something as an observation. And I'm quite certain a lot of your audience and my audience would agree. These are the characteristics that I see in your trading. I see that you, number one, understand liquidity now that you didn't. When you were trading in 2021, and in the beginnings of 2022, it wasn't there. Now, you focus on where the market can likely draw to. That liquidity, that's the secret sauce. You have to have some kind of understanding about where the market's likely to go. Because I don't give a shit what you use. If you don't have that right, you're not making money, period. End of story. So I've seen that transformation in your trading. Sometimes you second guess it, and that's normal because you're still finding yourself. But you have a very simplistic entry model. And that's proving something I've already taught many times over before. The entry is the least important thing. Literally, it's the least important thing. But knowing what's likely to be seen as a target or a draw on liquidity, where the market reaches for, that is where I think you're shining now. You weren't doing those things in the past, as far as I could tell. And I might be incorrect, and you're welcome to correct me in any kind of public response or whatever. But I think that the direction you're going in, if you just slow down in terms of how much you're trying to bite off, like you could be huge on YouTube, like huge, really big. Just slow down what you're trying to accomplish in terms of, I got to get to 100-point handle runs. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. That's great as a goal, but graduate into it. Like literally graduate into it. When you have an $8,000 trade running, and you're admitting that you're struggling because you want to hold on to these big runs, when it gets $8,000, bro, get the fuck out. Do that every time it gets to $8,000. Well, if it goes to 6,000, get out. Believe me, your fucking audience is not going to say, what a dumbass, he just made $6,000. That's never going to happen. Just like nobody can complain about a partial not being profitable. But because you're in front of an audience and you're trying to entertain also, you're losing sight of what the fuck you're doing this for, is to make fucking money. And that's a reminder for all of you listening. If you're trading, if you're pushing a button, the result should be you're making money. That's it. Not that I impress the people that watch me. Fuck everybody that watches me. Seriously, I don't give a fuck if you like me. Okay? If I'm pushing a button and I'm taking on risk, the end of that trade, I better fucking make money. I don't care if you like my post. I don't care if you like my management of the trade. I don't give a shit. Because whether you like what I did or whether you didn't like it, if I didn't do something I didn't feel I should have done or didn't do something I should have done, I'm beating my ass up mentally over that. You could never troll me. Any of you could never troll me as hard as I do myself if I know I did something incorrectly. But when you open yourself up to signal services, standing in front of the world saying, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to trade this, I'm going to trade that. Seriously, you have now literally multiplied the difficulty into a realm that is absolutely fucking insane. Because you're literally inviting everybody else to openly critique you if you're watching and looking at it. And if your disposition is combative, that's me. Patrick, that's you. Vinny, that's you. You're increasing the level of difficulty for you to focus on what it is you're really doing this for, which is make money. I've watched both of you literally get into fabulous fucking trades. Fabulous. And then later on, that wasn't enough. You weren't content with it. You went and did more. Or you had open profits. You had it right there. And you both have said, I just want to get a little bit more. As soon as you fucking say that, as soon as you feel that fucking impulse, I'm telling you, this is what I did to fix me. That King Kong moment, this is exactly what Larry Williams said. And I know I'm probably going to get a knock on my door. My wife's going to be like, it's 9 o'clock, motherfucker. It's time. I'll wait until that happens. I know I'm pushing it, but Larry Williams said that, if you ever get this impulse when you're in a trade and you whip out the calculator, and you're like, I'm going to figure out how many, if I do this, if I hold on to it this much more, and if I hold on to this and I don't take much off of the position, I hold on to everything, I'm going to be able to make this much money. As soon as you start changing your mind about what you think it's likely to do, or how far it's going to go beyond what you thought, or for me, if I feel any kind of vibration because of experience, and you both have experience, you've been doing it longer than most of these people out here, you know yourself. And because you both live stream, you've shown your tell, like you've shown it. And I don't know if you realize it or not, but as soon as you say it out your mouth, I don't know if I should, that's it. Close the fucking trade. You are managing your money. You're managing the risk. You're managing your trade. And guess what you're also doing? You're managing the expectation of your audience properly. That means you